And we have been waiting for this day for a long time. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Washington Wizards. Well, for Washington, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago, going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go around. After a brisk off-season, it's finally upon us, fellas.
What's that?
Opening night.
Oh, tonight's opening night?
Hey,
oh, that was a preseason game.
Shaq, your thoughts on how important it is for a team to get off to a fast start?
Well, early wins gives you confidence.
Oh, do they ever?
Makes you more intimidating to play against.
Does it ever?
I'm so excited. I miss you guys or something.
Oh, I know. What have you been doing?
I went to China about 59 times.
Yeah.
I went to Cancun 72 times. And I went to the North Pole twice.
Oh, wow. It was a pretty uneventful summer.
It was bad. I was looking for something I couldn't find.
Okay, well,
the fans, the local media, everyone is excited. And I just am excited to be here, start of the season, and you don't want to start slow. You don't want to have any rough patches early.
What'd you do this summer?
I went fishing.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Catch anything?
Yes, I did. I went to Dubai.
Awesome. So you were traveling all over the place? You go deep sea fishing?
What'd you do?
I cut the grass. Awesome. Well, that wraps it up. It's still points in.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And they're starting off the season playing Philadelphia here. Last season, they couldn't get the edge in the matchup as they went 1-2 in the season series.
And even though they were the better team overall, they actually lost the season series against this club a year ago.
Yeah, and for them, that was a bit embarrassing. So expect them to come back with a point to prove tonight.
And before we get underway here, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Brett Brown.
Guys, he told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense. He said they're dealing with a very sophisticated offense, and it's going to require an outstanding effort from his players at the defensive end to come out on top. Let's see if that's the effort they get. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. And here we are for opening night, folks, something everyone has been waiting for. Fans, players, broadcasters, too. Clark, just how excited are these players to get this season started?
Well, as excited as we are, Kevin, because it is something special for the opening of a season. It's a new start. It's a reset. It's a fresh beginning, and that breeds an excitement that's unique in and of itself. And that's really what the players work hard all summer for, is the opportunity to perform at their best during the regular season.
And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. I'll look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. They've got the machine. Bodyguard is up there at baddest one, and it's prime time. And it's Simmons in at the 3 spot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on baddest one. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Ball with it outside Porter. Good on the 3-point shot. Porter's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for Washington. Outside Simmons. Here's the machine. From outside, off the mark. Porter against Simmons. Outside, Wall. Picked his pocket. Here's prime time, covered by Morris. Passes it to baddest one. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. From deep. Great D that time from Beal. On defense for 76ers. And it's a 3-point game. Morris a screen. Off the pick. And it's Wall. That's an assist from Beal.
And the tight defense there only seems to increase Wall's focus. Gives him a little extra lift on the jump.
Here's the bodyguard. Porchak with the rebound. comes in. A quick start here for the Wizards. Porter kicks the wall. It's Beal on the wing. Gortat the pass to Beal. From 10 feet out. That one's off. He starts the game with the miss.
Gotta give the defense credit. That was a great contest on a high percentage shot at the paint.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Now here's Beal. Now the feed to Gortat. Outside, Wall. A steal. To the inside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. It's a tie ball game.
And guys, with Simmons, you get it all. The shooting, the rebounding, and the passing.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And Wall takes to Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Beal's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside, Simmons. Here's Gaddis one. Outside for Simmons. And the pass to Gaddis one. Here's Primetime. He's covered by Beal. Morris with the rebound. Wizards leading by 3. Now here's Wall. Now to the key, Beal. 20 feet out. Beal with another miss. Philadelphia has gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Offensive rebound out to the right wing. Here's the bodyguard. Nice form on the 20-footer. The bodyguard's got his first bucket of the night.
Excellent awareness there, zipping the ball over to the perfect spot to score.
Beal dishes the Wall. On the wing, Morris. Outside, Beal. Pocket 6. Works out with the screen for Porter. Wizards need to get a shot off here. A three-pointer is right on target.
How on earth did they let him get back wide open?
The 76ers trail by 4.
Well, there is a saying now that is pretty accurate. You either sell success or you sell hope. And the process in Philadelphia may have been hard to watch, but it did give their fans hope for a better day. The shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game.
Morris, no good. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Prime time, and again, it's Philadelphia.
Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
Now Beal. It's to Gortat. Morris, left side. It's good for a second made. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
That is one. Passes to Simmons. Here's the machine. Gortat with the rebound. Washington's gone 3 of 4 on 3 corners in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. And Beal kicks to Morris. He feeds it to Gortat. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Here's Gaddis one. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. It gives them the lead.
Presence of mind, the awareness, the alertness from Simmons there. Going up right away with the shot.
And Wall kicks the Porter. Here is Gortat. Here's Morris. And he gets that one to go off the front line. Morris has got 7.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
Out to the right wing. Dishes it to Simmons. Here's the machine, covered by Morris. outside. Baddest one's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Wall dishes the point. Feeds it to Beal. A floater, and he lays it up and in. Beal's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
They set the pick. Use that pick to get in close.
Out the passing. They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington. One of the hardest things, Clark, to defend in the league is the pick and roll. What do defenders need to key on when they're defending a pick and roll?
Well, I think a couple of things. One is you want to try to dictate where the pick and roll is going to happen and where you want the ball handler to go. And then there's got to be great communication. The two guys involved in the screen and roll have to be on the same page. There's got to be a lot of talk. And then the three guys maybe not involved have to be ready to help their teammates. So communication, a real sense of trying to dictate to that ball handler where you want him to go and what you want to give up, because you can't take away everything when you're defending a good pick and roll combination.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Philadelphia on D. Wall passes to Beal. He dishes it to Morris. On the wing, Porter. Kicks it to Beal. Pass to Wall. And the wide open shot from Morris. Ain't good. Coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one. Passes it to the body. Here's prime time. Covered by Wall. Here's baddest one. Three-pointers off the mark.
It's just one of those games for him so far. Nothing seems to be finding the bottom of the net.
Here's the bodyguard. Drops one in from the wing. The bodyguard's got his second basket of the game. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the 76ers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Here's the bodyguard after the basket by Washington to the inside. Prime time, the pass to the machine. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And here's Wall. To the middle, here's Morris. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And there's the pass to baddest one. They set the pick. Outside, Simmons. Bangs home the trifecta. Simmons got 6 points.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Now here's Wall. Guarded closely. Back loose. Pushing it up. Pass the baddest one. 3-pointer. Kept alive. Pass it to the body. Shakes up a 3. Rebound, Washington. Gortat's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Now here's Porter. Here's baddest one. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his third assist on the night.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Yeah, I like the quick release, Greg. He does a nice job getting it up quickly, especially when he's facing a bigger defender.
Washington calls timeout.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for the machine. Charge comes in for prime time. Robert Covington's checked in for Simmons. And J.J. Redick is stepped in for baddest one. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
That free throw, no good. Well, Clark, you've been in the booth for so long, but I have to ask, have you ever toyed with the idea of coaching or working in some team's front office? I know you did briefly for the Pacers.
Yeah, I did, and I enjoyed it. I was working in player relations, player development with our guys off the court, and loved it. But it just wasn't something I could sustain at this season in my life. Not interested in coaching. I've never really been, because my career path went towards broadcasting right after I got done playing, and I paid my dues and have grown in this profession. And I would want to do the same thing in coaching, and I just don't have enough time in front of me to do that. So I'm happy to be around the game in this capacity. Coaching never lets up. I get an off season as a broadcaster.
Yes. Now Smith, after J.J. Redick's three-pointer that didn't go. Miami a screen on Embiid, just to the shoot. A nice shot by Frazier.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Inside Redick lets it go from deep. Redick can't get that one to fall.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Wizards passing it around. Frazier outside. Smith on the wing. There's the dish to Meeks. Fires the three. A shot. No good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Now here's Fultz. Frazier covering. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Embiid is unstoppable. Just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
The 76ers shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Watching Embiid play the game, because he has such great passion and really a drive to be great.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Smith kicks to Oubre. There's the feed to Frazier. Pass to Oubre. Smith with a wide open look. Drills the three-pointer. Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
And you know what? It's important for big men to be able to shoot from deep in today's game. And shot selection important. Good shot selection there.
Here's Meeks. And the rejection by Embiid. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. 76ers ahead, up by 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And John Wall spoke prior to the game. He talked about the identity of the Wizards team.
Defensively, just being that gritty and grimy team that makes it tough for teams to score in the paint. I think we can be a very great team.
The Wizards not exactly the first team that you think of when it comes to gritty and grimy team defense, but maybe he's really got a point here, how tough the Washington defense can be.
And you don't get there without the defense. I'm especially impressed that Wall has that mindset.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. What stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over them, Greg. I mean, pounced on them, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so, in the game for the 76ers, Redick and Covington make up the perimeter. Joel Embiid out there with Dario Saric, and it's Fultz at the 1 spot. Now here's Frazier. Smith up top. He takes it to Meeks. In the corner, Smith with it. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Smith's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Washington. Now here's Fultz. He's covered closely, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the call on Washington.
Hey, I tell you what, Kevin, I like the fact that Markelle Fultz is not afraid of contact. He doesn't mind getting roughed up. When he's going up with his shot, he plays through that contact nicely.
First one goes. And Clark, just how important to a team is it to have a veteran presence on it? Like, how did the vets on the Pacers help you when you were a rookie or young player in the league?
You know what? I think it's invaluable, Kevin. I was a 21-year-old rookie. I left after my junior year at Ohio State. And veteran players, Herb Williams, had been there a year or two when guys like Billy Knight and George Johnson, Coach Carter were around. And having those guys talk about what it takes, and we were a very young team and had young veterans, but still they were invaluable in terms of giving you an example of how to go about your business to be successful as a pro.
Now, here's Meeks. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Oubre dishes to Mahimi. Shoots over Embiid, and the rejection by Embiid. From deep. Simmons passes to prime time. Inside, outside for Redick. Second shot opportunity. This is to Embiid. Now here's Fultz. Frazier covering. Another shot. Here's prime time. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Frazier outside. He feeds it to Smith. Now, here's Meeks. He started closer. Here's Mahimi. No good that time. Good D by Embiid. Philadelphia's got 0-2 from deep here in the second. Feeds to Fultz. And it's Simmons penetrating. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Washington.
I tell you what, Simmons is taking it strong to the rack. He's looking for the contact and the foul. I love his aggressiveness. And you know, Ben Simmons, a one-and-done player at LSU. He grew up in Australia. Didn't really watch much college basketball. Said he would have preferred to go straight from high school to the pros.
And he makes the first. And Simmons ineligible for the Wooden Award at LSU for academic reasons. He made it clear, I am here for basketball.
Well, and I don't like that mindset there. It's clearly accurate, but while you're in school, you should make that part of the equation and be serious about it. Doing just enough to get by, not the way to approach it. Clearly tremendous talent between the lines. No denying that.
And Ben Simmons putting on over 30 pounds of muscle going into his rookie season. Do you think there was any connection between that extra weight and the broken bone he suffered in his foot?
I could certainly understand why people might speculate that, but I'm not going to go there. Clearly, strength is more important than additional weight, and those kinds of injuries do tend to show up because of overuse, though, Kevin.
The 76ers leading by 4. Fultz with the ball. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Boy, it's so good to see how under control Fultz is. I mean, even when the defense is trying to rattle him, shake him up, distracted, it doesn't bother that sweet jumper.
Now, here's Meeks. And Embiid with the block. Here's Simmons. Good work defensively by Smith.
Good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Here's Meeks. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Okay, that is not what they want. A contested jump shot, defense right on it. You need to get a better shot than that.
Pitch to Fultz. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. And that one's good. Simmons.
It's first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
To the left side wing. Meeks inside the three-point line. Good quick play set up by Frazier.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
The pass to Bannister. Now here's Embiid. He dishes it to Simmons. Embiid the screen. And it's Simmons penetrating. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And I think they're winning because of him. I mean, he's hitting a lot of his shots right now.
Frazier kicks to Oubre. Pass to Smith. Frazier outside. Back to Smith. To the wing right side. Passes it to Meeks. Frazier left side. From outside, off the mark.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A-plus defense.
Time call here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
But when you look at this Washington team, the strength clearly lies in that backcourt. Wall and Beal, arguably the best backcourt in this league. They are the engine that motors this team with their scoring and playmaking.
This Washington backcourt of Wall and Beal. Last season, Greg, they were able to both stay healthy, and Wizards finally saw just how potent they both could be.
And remember all those rumors how these two couldn't coexist? Well, they sure liked existing together last season. I mean, they really carried this group when it mattered, and both just explosive players who are not only leaders, but they're terrific two-way players for this franchise.
Changes for Philadelphia. The machine comes in for Embiid, and the bodyguards sub in for Fultz. Now Wall. Morris with the screen for Wall. Outside for Beal. It's good from long range. Beal's got 8.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a play.
The pass to Clementine. Second chance effort. Oh, that's offensive interference. Wizards trail by 9. And Wall kicks to Morris. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for Washington.
liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
Here's Simmons, 13 points in the game. A rebound by Gortat. Gortat's got his 4th rebound in this one. Porter kicks the wall. Moore is a screen. Knocks it loose. Baddest one passes to Simmons. Finished off the break. He's got 15.
Well, I like the first quarter he had. And I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Now here's Wall. Gortat dishes the Wall. Pass to the machine. The 3. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they're clearly the better team.
I think everyone can now agree that John Wall is one of the better point guards in the NBA.
No doubt. At this point, when you factor in his production, he's got to be in the top 5, if not top 3 guards in the league. One of the better passers we have as well. It's just hard to find guards that can create so easily the way Wall can.
Shoot 2.
And the first one drops.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years, and a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
And so John Wall nails both of them. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity, treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. And now, though, I think they found their treasure trove.
Philadelphia shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team. And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely, that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Now here's Wall. Here's Gortat. Moves back up. Morris, no good.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Here's the machine.
Oh, wow. Bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
A circus dump for you right there, guys.
Porter against Simmons. Porter kicks the Wall. Beal, the pass to Gortat. Just 5 to shoot. Wall, that's a 2-pointer. The Wizards with another miss.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Wizards trail by 17. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Beal dishes the Wall. And that one comes up a bit short. Philadelphia's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Prime time, and he makes the bucket. True contact and gets the whistle, too.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
Okafor is checked in for the machine. Great for 2 straight seasons before this. The Wizards have had a starting 5 that all average double figures on the year. The engine of this offense, I think, is the backcourt, but they can all hurt you, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin. Having a balanced offense like they do makes it tough for teams to prepare defensively. You can't just double or key in on Wall or Beal because they do a great job of facilitating. I think the bigger question moving forward is just going to be what will the impact of that bench be? And ultimately, that's going to determine whether they can contend.
Yeah, you know, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there, terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Here's Baddest one, 13 points in the game. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. Simmons against Porter. And it's Wall in the corner. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Time's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Baddest one. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Baddest one's got 8 points in the quarter. Wizards trail by 20. And Wall kicks to Porter. Outside, Beal. Shot from the wing. Washington with the first shot clock. Morris with the screen for Beal. Now the dish to Wall. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you got to play freely and with confidence.
Here's Wall after Ben Simmons bucket. Outside, Beal. Works out with the screen for Beal. Beal can't get that one to fall.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
And Washington has possession after the Sixers pick up 2. Out of hand on it. Here's Baddest one. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
He's certainly starting to heat up from outside. That's his 3rd for the game, his 2nd in this quarter.
There's a good screen. And Wall kicks to Beal. 32 seconds left to play in the first half. Gort's out with a screen on Okafor. And they get it. Porter, no luck.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. If you're a pro, you need to make that.
For Philadelphia, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. He makes the first. So he gets them both.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Frazier outside. Fires from 18. And so it's Philadelphia rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been giving John Wall all sorts of problems. He still hasn't been able to solve their defense. Right back after this break. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful basketball to watch.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Well, there's no wonder they're getting blown out. No energy, no fight in the rebound battle. Ernie, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up starting now, or it's going to be impossible to come back. Like the Pythagorean theorem, times 50, times 100, times 50, times 10. Impossible to figure out, Ernie.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We'll see you later.
As we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. Baddest one has been exceptional here, guys.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
It's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Ordering more as of the forwards. The explosive backcourt is Wall and Beal at the 1 and 2. And it's Gortat in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the room for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves the coach. He says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, it reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, building towards something great. And man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The 76ers have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
Gentlemen, group shots. Group shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And since 2016, a new front office has taken over in Philadelphia. The new team motto, process to progress. They're looking to turn the corner here.
Shots good from the stripe. And the previous Sixers front office distinguished by their patience in rebuilding and acquiring draft picks. That was the way they were going to build that team. Clark, do you think the Sixers will continue to show that patient approach?
Well, I think they're going to blend it. They're ready to push their chips in and try to win some games now. They want to be a playoff team as soon as possible. You can't continue to lose forever. They want to start winning, and they're on their way.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Outside Porter. Morris a screen. Now here's Beal. Defense is right there to end the run, and the jumper is on the mark. Beal's got 10 points in the game.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against the guy who towers over him.
Yeah, I like his heart there, the competitive spirit. I mean, refusing to be held in check by bigger defenders. That's all heart and competitive spirit.
Now, here's McConnell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Clock is at 3. No good from the wing.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
There's a screen by Gorton. And Beal kicks to Porter. This one for 3. Offensive rebound, Morris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Well, you look at Marquise Morris, and you see a player, Greg, who is finally meeting his potential.
And you know what? Give credit to Morris, because he's fallen in line with the team and the staff here. I think he's always had the talent to be an impact player. It just took a structured situation for him to really flourish, and I think he's found a home here in Washington.
First free throw is good. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And Morris drops them both. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Now, here's McConnell, covered by Wall. Down low, Gortat with the steal. Now, here's Wall. Tight defense on him. Some solid defense from Šarić.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Screen by Šarić. Here's Fultz. An easy layup after coming off the pit. Fultz has got 9.
Like that explosion to the basket. Fultz can turn it on so quickly. He's past you before you know it. Quick as a hiccup.
On the wing, Morris. Outside, Porter. Outside, Beal. It's stolen by Fultz. And they're moving it up. Here's Holmes, and Holmes throws it down.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Washington's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Wall passes to Gortat. There's the feed to Beal. Lets it go with the 3. Here's Morris. Eyes again. That's tipped. And they get it back. And here's Wall. 6 points for him. Pass to Gortat. 6 on the shot clock. Beal gets a wide open look. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Kevin, it certainly hasn't been for lack of effort, but still, his team needs him to do more out there.
To the left side wing. Screen by Šarić. His first shot coming late. Again, Philadelphia.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
The Wizards have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Porter, a screen on Okafor. Here's Wall.
Ball now. Bring the thunder. Rock that rim.
And always a bonus to have a point guard who can dunk the basketball. Wall has great initiative when it comes to rising up and throwing it down.
Now Now here's Fultz. 9 points in the game so far. Screen by Sharch. Holmes kicks to McConnell. Over to Wall. A shot by McConnell, no good.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
He kicks to Fultz. Back to McConnell. Okafor with a screen on Wall. Passes it to Holmes. Dishes it to Sharch. Over Morris. The shot by Sharch, no good. Washington has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. And Wall kicks to Morris. Nice ball movement by Washington. It's stolen by Fultz. Fires from 18. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Fultz has got 7 points here in this quarter. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. And you could argue Bradley Beal was one of the bigger all-star snubs from last season. It's great to see what he can do when finally healthy, and has always been a dangerous scorer when he's at 100%.
And that one falls for Beal. And with Beal, and Greg, you brought this up with his health because he hadn't been able really to play a full slate of games in his first 4 years in the NBA.
Yeah, and credit him for dedicating his efforts to improve his health. I mean, was a time when you thought injuries would maybe limit his career, but when he's on the court, he is one of the best we have at that off-guard position, and he's only going to get better. This is as good as it gets from the charity strike here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Now, here's Redick. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Oubre with it. Holds on him. Oubre, good.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy's just too much speed.
Now, here's Fultz. Frazier covering. Fultz with the ball. He's got 11, and the shot goes in. Fultz has got 13.
And, you know, Fultz has a nice feel for when to let the mid-range J go. I mean, showing a real desire to make this a deadly part of his game.
Washington calls timeout.
And the one thing that you've got to love about Markelle Fultz is his versatility. I mean, he's got the size, the passing and scoring ability to succeed at either guard position. He's almost Westbrookish.
Bates is checked in. Simmons checked in for the 76ers. Down low, here's Oubre. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Oubre's got his second basket of the game. And you ask the scouts about Fultz, he has the complete game.
And, you know, Kevin, he checks all the boxes. Athleticism, the size to play above the rim. And above all, I think the feel for the game is quite apparent when you watch him play.
Now, here is Smith after Ben Simmons missed. Smith dishes to Meeks. Back to Smith. He feeds it to Frazier. Shot clock at 6. Smith outside. Here's Mahimi. That one wide left.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Outside, Simmons. There's the 3. Simmons missing again. For Washington, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6-13 from the field here in the third. And Meeks kicks to Frazier. Smith the pass to Mahimi. As it is Smith with the assist that time.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Redick for 3. Oubre pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Feeds it to Frazier. Kicks it to Oubre. Nice ball movement by Washington. Smith outside. Frazier against Simmons. It's tipped.
You cannot forget about the long reach and wingspan of Simmons. I mean, he uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with block shots.
76ers have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7-14. Here's Redick. Redick can't get that one to fall.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. And he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it. And, you know, that's not how you screen for your guys, but ultimately, they still found a way to come away with the hoop.
And a wide open look for Simmons. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. And a chance now to review the shot chart for the 76ers.
And you look at the chart, and you see they have done a lot of their damage in the mid-range game. So often teams will try to force everything at the hoop or only rely on the 3 to score, but they have seen what the defense is giving them and taken every open look they found.
Now here's Frazier. Mahimi dishes to Oubre. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done. Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Now, here's Meeks. Here's Mahimi. It's over Embiid, and it's blocked. 1:44 left in the third quarter. A 3 from Simmons. Simmons missing again.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looks good from here.
Frazier kicks to Smith. And stolen by Redick. Now Simmons, 17 points in the game. In for his 7th make in 13 tries.
Outstanding focus that time by Simmons. Nothing really rattles this guy. He's unflappable, even when he's getting bodied by the defense like that.
Now here is Smith. The pass to Meeks. He dishes it to Frazier. For 3, Smith. Good, and Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got his 3rd assist on the night. Smith! 54 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Simmons. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Right now, Simmons is a question with no answer. A tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line of the game, catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. The Machines checked in for Joel Embiid. Primetime comes in for Rashad Holmes. And baddest one subbed in for J.J. Redick.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
Now, here's Meeks. Smith outside. Oubre passes to Mahimi to the paint. Here's Frazier. Simmons with the defensive effort.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Shoot two.
First free throw is good.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Bodyguards checked in for the 76ers. Good on the second, so he makes them both. Washington has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here is Frazier. Down low, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's baddest one, and that's not going to go. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Wizards shooting about 42% so far. And so in the game for the 76ers, Primetime is out there with Simmons. Then it's the Machine. Then there's baddest one. And it's the Bodyguard in at the point. Here's baddest one. Offensive rebound. And the official signaled a backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Look at the turnover situation, guys. It's not been that bad. Just a handful. And when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build the lead.
Frazier outside. As to Meeks. Here's Satoransky. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. Satoransky's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Wizards. Passes it to baddest one. Here's the Machine, covered by Smith. Grants no basket. His third miss in 8 tries. Here's Satoransky, screened by Smith. Frazier dishes to Smith. There's the pick. Off the pick. And that one is hammered home.
Great screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
Yeah, he's so creative with the ball and his ability to shake free from bigger guys to knock down those triples. Boy, that's a thing of beauty there.
So it's Washington now. Philadelphia able to drain the three. Lock at 6. Scott with the screen on Simmons. Another one falls for Washington.
Boy, that That was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
The pass to Primetime. Inside. Lets it go with a three. That's the baddest one. Fires the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Baddest one's got 30.
Great basketball from him, Kevin. A commanding performance, helping add to the lead this quarter.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Meeks can't hit. Philadelphia has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Here's baddest one. Takes it off the glass. Baddest one's got 8 points in the quarter.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
Here's Satoransky. The Wizards working the ball around now. And Meeks kicks to Satoransky. Meeks on the wing. Floats one up. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Now we know just how athletic the NBA has become since its inception. Clark, even from when you play, just how much faster and stronger has the game become?
I would say if we were going to try to put a percentage on it, I think it's grown 60-70% in terms of athleticism. And a lot of it is attributable to the training advances that have been made in sports science and sports medicine and sports performance. And that's benefited and aided the players greatly. And then you have players that have really bought into nutrition and year-round maintenance of their bodies and taking advantage of this technology to enhance performance. And then it becomes a herd mentality. More and more of the guys are doing it, and more of them are benefiting from this enhanced training. So I'd say it's at least 70% better than 30 years ago.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Satoransky. Philadelphia able to drain the three. And here's Meeks. Outside, Scott. And Satoransky takes the snip, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Another point. And he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And I'll tell you what, Greg, once he finds that rhythm, he's hard to guard. Shots come easy for him.
That's his first shooting the Philadelphia prime time at the moment for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Like when you played, you were the classic power forward. Forwards now are asked to do so much in terms of skill set on the floor. Just how much has that forward position changed in the last few decades?
You know, in some ways, Kevin, it's become a little more specialized. I mean, you have wing players now that fall into that small forward category. But guys between 6'6" and 6'10" now are playing on the wing, which means you've got to be able to move your feet and defend. Versatile players at that position. You've got to be able to handle the ball and make plays ideally, get shots, score the ball, and rebound effectively. So that's always been, I thought, the 2 and 3 positions, which are wings now. Those positions are the most demanding in the league in terms of both sides of the ball. The power forward position has become somewhat like that now because of the size and versatility and skill set of so many of those bigger players. I think the demands are pretty much the same. The one thing that changed is the fact that you have to play out on the floor more and in space, which means you've got to be a little more athletic if you're going to be part of a small ball lineup.
Here's Satoransky. Outside, Scott. Meeks on the wing. McCullough kicks the stop. There's the dish to Meeks. Here's Sotoronsky. That shot off the mark.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket. I mean, there's no stopping him right now. I mean, he's locked in this quarter. This defense has to get the ball out of his hand.
We've seen the bench celebration become almost an art form in the NBA over the past few seasons. Are you surprised this is a thing now?
Not at all. Again, when everything is captured and documented and you're going to have creativity and attention-grabbing celebration, so it's just part of the landscape.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And TJ McConnell, undrafted out of Arizona, but he caught on with the Sixers, and I tell you what, made an immediate impact. Standing at about 6'2" and just over 200 pounds. He brings that physicality at the defensive end of the floor.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from McConnell. And Greg, you were a defensive-minded guard. Do you see any similarities to what McConnell brings to the table?
You know, I love his toughness. He's got quick feet, a strong lower base, and you know, he gets into you, and he racks up his fair share of steals because of it.
And Washington making a change here. Porter's checked in, and good on the second, so he makes them both. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. The feed now to Meeks. Porter kicks to center end. Screen by Smith. Jumper off the screen. Second shot opportunity. McCullough, no good.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Here's Pettis one, and here's Covington from the arc, and there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Philadelphia. J.J. Redick's checked in for T.J. McConnell, and it's Fulton for Pettis one. Washington's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Here's Sotoronsky, pass to Smith. And Clark, we know that players are evaluated in a historical perspective, largely by how many rings they have. Do you think that's a fair way to evaluate things?
I don't think you can solely evaluate an individual player in a team sport by the number of rings he's been able to win. Clearly, it can be part of the criteria, especially if you're talking about great players who have had similar careers. It can be a differentiator. But to me, it doesn't necessarily carry the weight that some people like to give it in evaluating players. Individual performance over time is what to me marks the hallmark of a player worthy of Hall of Fame consideration, more being talked about being one of the greats in the game.
Philadelphia's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Here's Fultz. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Fultz has got 12 points in just the second half.
He's got great confidence, Kevin. Markelle Fultz is a terrific scorer. Fills it up in no time.
Now here's Porter. Nice ball movement by Washington. Smith takes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Covington passes to Embiid. The shot, no good. Now Washington takes it the other way. And Zenoransky kicks to McCullough. On the wing, Porter. Pass to McCullough. Here's Sotoronsky. Screen by Smith. Sotoronsky gets the bucket.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
76ers have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Porter with the steal. George grabs the board. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now here's Fultz. Not a lot of room. Here's Embiid. And that one is off. Smith with some nice D.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And last season, Greg, you heard a lot of names brought up for most improved player in the league, and Otto Porter was one of them.
I mean, and I think for Porter, the change came when he just felt more comfortable from deep in terms of shooting. He always had a solid mid-range game, but now he looks comfortable from deep, and has become one of the bigger threats we have in the league.
Free throw good. Porter.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
He's checked in for the Wizards. Frazier comes in for Satoransky. And Porter drops them both. Like the current era is so connected to fans through social media, just how much has that changed the NBA, do you think?
I don't think it's just changed the NBA. It's changed our society and culture at large, and it's here to stay. I just like to see people productively and fruitfully use social media, and I would like to see less of the vitriol and hatred that is afforded for people to hide behind with their negative comments.
Oh, that's blocked. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Washington ball. Okafor is checked in for Embiid. Now, here's Meeks, covered by Reddick. Meeks dishes to Frazier. Mahimi a screen. That's tipped. Frazier the pass to Mahimi. 5 on the clock. And another miss by Washington.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Reddick for 3. Nailed from three-point land.
Excellent confidence from Reddick. Really good. I mean, taking his time, his form, textbook.
Frazier kicks to Smith. On the wing, Porter. Defended by Covington. Outside, Porter. Mahimi with the screen for Porter. Shoots over Covington. A picture-perfect screen play, and the jumper's good. And that's now 7 points for Otto Porter Jr. Dishes it to Covington. To the inside. And it's George. That time on the assist from Covington.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Here is Porter after the basket by Dario Saric. Porter against Covington. And again, Porter. Porter's got 6 here in this quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Philadelphia.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in there about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it will go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Baniswan.
Well, that was a terrific performance on offense. He was out of his mind. He scored in so many different ways tonight.
Fultz, no good. Here's Washington now. They're on a 13-5 run. Screen by Smith. Takes a 3. Meeks can't hit. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the fourth. 4-3, Covington. Headshot off. Nice D from Porter. On offense, here are the Wizards. Oh, and he claws the foul. Chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
And the 76ers making a change here. McConnell's checked in. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Redick. Here's Sharch. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
No doubt about it, partner, but unfortunately, the flip side of that coin, the drive home for the hometown fans, will be rather flat.
And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
That was an elementary call for them to make there. I mean, once he knocked him off balance from behind, that was a no-brainer.
McConnell with it. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Older, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.